It's been an interesting day. I've been dealing a lot with all the backers from Kickstarter for the WIFDIF campaign that we ran back in, when was that? Back in April, May, February, March. Trying to raise money for all the live streaming at the World Ultimate Championships in London. And so now we're just trying to make sure all the fulfillment's good. And, we had hundreds of backers to try to make sure that all the discs and all the hats are sent out. It'd be a lot easier if it was just in one country, that's for sure. Shipping worldwide, we've been shipping, I think, Thailand and South America and Australia, all over the UK, North America. So it's been pretty good, actually, just looking at how many people that we've had to ship to and how many people we've heard from that, still haven't gotten it or something's happened with the shipment. But rest assured, if you were one of the backers for the campaign, your disc or hat is on the way. And if it's not, make sure to let us know. But we should be able to be cleaning it all up in the next couple of weeks. I'm really hopeful for that. So it's been interesting. I know I've run like 2 Kickstarter campaigns or 3 Kickstarter campaigns and an Indiegogo campaign for my other stuff. This is by far the largest one that I've been a part of. We had quite a big team helping out with it, but we raised $85,000 to bring the World Ultimate Guts Championships to the world. And I don't know, the hardest thing about Kickstarter campaigns obviously is the fulfillment at the end. So when you're delivering a digital product, it's not that difficult actually, because you have the money and then you can deliver that product. But when you actually are doing something physically where you have to ship everything, that gets a little more tricky, because all the people, you need all their addresses, you have to ship it to them, they have to receive it. So that is the toughest thing. So if you're running a campaign, if you've ever run a crowdsourcing campaign, and the main source for you is something where you need to ship it. So if your main reason for doing the Kickstarter campaign is a product that you will need to send to somebody, just take a look, think ahead, think 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 months after the Kickstarter campaign, and look at the fulfillment. So look at it and say, wow, we've had 3,000 people back us. How do we actually fulfill every single person? Does that mean you're going to be going to the post office, shipping it by hand? Do you have a plan in place for that? So luckily with us, we had VC Ultimate, who's been taking care of the fulfillment for all the discs and the hats. If it was me going to the post office with 200 discs and 100 hats, no thanks. So I would take a look at that when you're planning your Kickstarter campaign or Indiegogo campaign or whatever crowdfunding campaign. From the beginning, look past the end of the campaign and say, okay, here we are, we've fulfilled it, now what? And we're sort of work backwards. So try not to over-promise on anything, because if it actually happens, it's going to be a huge task, and you might be spending a lot more money than you realize. Make sure you charge people for shipping. I mean, that's part of it. You can't be paying for shipping out of your pocket, out of the money you've raised, because that'll really cut into the funds you've raised. But like I said, I would definitely look at, from your perspective, under-promising and then in the end over-deliver instead of the other way around. So try to keep people happy, and that would be the biggest thing, is just look past it and say, what are we going to do for fulfillment? Because it can become a huge thing, and luckily we have a partner in place that is taking care of that for us. But if you're just doing it by yourself or with a couple friends, something to think about for sure. But I mean, everyone who backed the campaign helped us bring Ultimate to the world, and it was amazing. We won't be doing a campaign like that again, but we definitely have plans to bring more live streaming to the world on that scale, and hopefully with more than one event a year. Hopefully we can do multiple events a year on a large scale. But anyway, hope you're having a great day, Frisbee Rob, and hanging out here with Davey Whippet. Just taking it easy. Hope everyone's doing well.